Hey everyone, TNT here. So I want to apologize for not posting recently. The weather up here in Canada has not been desirable for working on the bikes. It's been snowing, sleeting, rain, dark before I get home, sub-zero temperatures. None of these conditions allow me to be able to work on the bikes outside. Today it is nice and sunny, but it is still -1 out, so I still can't turn any water or anything on to be able to clean the parts. But what I wanted to show you today was the frame for the 1990 CR125. I dropped it off at the powder coat back in December, picked it up last week. I was a little bit disappointed when I picked it up. I didn't get a good opportunity to have a look at it, but it just did not look good. After getting home that evening and cleaning it up and having a better look at it, what it was is it was the dust from that shop that had been sitting in from when they were doing sandblasting. It just kind of coated in a few areas on the frame, and after cleaning it up, it looks really good. So without further ado, here it is, the freshly powder coated frame for the 1990 CR125. Now this white on this bike is not the Shasta white. I'm going to tell you that right now. In order to get the original Honda Shasta white color, I would have had to have ordered it in, and the cost to powder coat the frame would have been quite a bit more. Now I'm going to try and get this bike as close to original as I can, but at the same time it came with some aftermarket parts from that era. And when I get aftermarket parts like that from the era of the bike that I'm restoring, I like to put them back on rather than restoring the bike right back to original condition. If the aftermarket parts are not restorable, then, you know, I start to just get the bike back to original shape. But in this case, some of the aftermarket parts were in very good shape, so I wasn't that concerned about nailing the color with the Shasta white. I don't think this color is that far off. Now, one of my concerns before I dropped this off at the powder coat was that the subframe might be slightly bent. I'm really hoping that it's not. I'm looking up at the top here now, and if I level this off, you look, let's see if you can see it here. Just bring it up a little bit. There looks like there's a slight difference in height, left and right, but that could be stock. I'm not positive on that. It's not that much anyway. I don't think it will affect the way that the fender sits at all. There were a couple of small dents down here on the bottom of the frame that I could have gotten, you know, taken out, but the cost just starts to get out of control for something that I plan on selling to somebody that's going to ride it. This is not, you know, a bike that's going to be sitting in somebody's living room or in a museum or anything like that. I want this bike ridden. All the bikes that I rebuild, I would very much like for whoever I sell them to ride the bikes. I think this bike is going to look really good when it's done. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to ride. These little 125s, you get them out on the track and you can really throw them around. They don't have a lot of power, but they're just fun. You know, it's all fine and dandy to jump on a 250 or a 500, but after riding those bikes around on the track for a while, they start to take the toll on your body. Where these little 125s, you can pretty much ride them all day long. Yeah, they did a really good job on this frame. I'm pretty happy. I think that the quality of the job that they did on here, it may even be better than the quality that I was getting from the other shop that I was taking my frames into. So I'm pretty excited. Once I get it out on the track, take a couple of laps around, come back and inspect the frame again, we'll know how good the quality is, whether the paint chips off or scratches or anything. All right, so there you have it. There's the frame for the CR125, all nice and powder coated up. She looks great. The temperatures are starting to rise over the next 2 weeks. We're going to be going from -1 up to 13 degrees, which will enable me to turn the water on outside and get working on the rest of this bike. Slowly start putting things on the frame. I'm really excited. I hope everyone else is excited. And I want to thank everybody for coming and following my channel, subscribing. Please leave some comments to share with your friends, and I'll catch you next video.